today, and it's time to read again. Let's put our glasses on. Okay. Clearly, you guys enjoyed the mistake reading, so we're back at it again. Now, this one is a little smoky, but it's quite worth it. Try to remember where exactly I ended it, because clearly I was having such a blast reading that I didn't even save my last spot. So, let's see. I think I was at, I remember they were frizzled like a fritter. She took her mask off and looked insane. They were chained and bolted. She rasped. I was on this page because I don't remember them taking their shoes off. Okay. Okay, here we are on page 68. Let's get to it. Everyone in the room was peeling off her gloves. I was watching the hands of those in the back row. I wanted very much to see what their fingers looked like and whether my grandmother had been right. Ah, yes, I could see several of them now. I could see the brown claws curving over the tips of their fingers. They were about 2 inches long, already. Okay. Did I really mess up? No, I'm just playing. They were about 2 inches long, those claws, and sharp at the ends. You may remove your shoes, barked the Grand High Witch. I heard a sigh of relief going up from all the witches in the room as they kicked off their narrow, high-heeled shoes, and then I got a glimpse under the chairs of several pairs of stockinged feet, squared and completely toeless. Revolting they were, as though the toes had been sliced away from the feet with a carving knife. That's disgusting. You may remove your wigs, snarled the Grand High Witch. She had a peculiar way of speaking. There was some sort of a foreign accent there, something harsh and guttural, and she seemed to have trouble pronouncing the letter W. As well as that, she did something funny with the letter R. She would roll it round and round her mouth like a piece of hot pork crackling before spitting it out. Now see, I have always wanted to be able to roll my R's when I'm actually speaking. Like I can do like a little oh wait. I can do it. But when I'm speaking, I can't seem to do it like remove. Okay, maybe I can't do it. I'm sorry, I'm just so distracted because I didn't set my hair today. I just kind of woke up and said, let's go with it. So, I keep looking at it even though I'm trying to not look at it, but it's really the lighting, because in other lightings, it looks completely fine. Point being, it's nighttime. No one's going to see me right now anyway, besides my 1,030 subscribers. Shout out to you guys. I love you. You make my heart melt. So yeah, I keep looking at it and it's really distracting me. But, like, see, this is how it normally looks, like just outside in the regular lighting, but with this bright light in front of me. It's crazy, right? So let's not look too hard, guys. I promise. I'm not walking around like that. I'm walking around like this, and it looks pretty good. So we're just gonna go like that for right now. You know what? Actually, let's see if this makes a change, because it's very distracting. See? It was the lighting. This helps. This helps. I'm gonna keep the light up here. Okay, that's better. I would cut this out and restart the whole video, but it's kind of funny, and I'm gonna keep it in. Now, here we go. See? Remove your wigs and get some fresh air into your spotty scalps, she shouted. And another sigh of relief arose from the audience as well as the hand. As all the hands went up to the heads and all the wigs, with the hats still on them, were lifted away. There now appeared in front of me, row upon row of bald. I'm so happy about the light that I keep messing up now, because I keep wanting to look at myself. I gotta stop this. Because now I'm thinking about the fact that I just recorded another video that was about probably like 15-ish minutes, and I thought it was a pretty good video, but I'm pretty sure you could see my hair the entire time, and it was so distracting. And now I'm considering if I want to redo that video, or if I just want to post it anyway and just be like, if you talk about my wig, guarantee black, you know, that whole ordeal. But I don't know. Now I kind of want to redo it, but I think I'm still gonna upload it anyway because I was already supposed to upload, but I was asleep all day. Anyhow, let's get back to it. As all the hands went up to the heads and all the wigs, with the hats still on them, were lifted away. There now appeared in front of me, row upon row of bald female heads, a sea of naked scalps, every one of them red and itchy looking from being rubbed by the linings of the wigs. I simply cannot tell you how awful they were, and somehow the whole sight was made more grotesque because underneath those frightful scabby bald heads, the bodies were dressed in fashionable and rather pretty clothes. It was monstrous. It was unnatural. Oh heavens, I thought. Oh help. Oh Lord, have mercy on me. These foul, bald-headed females are child killers, every one of them. And here I am, imprisoned in the same room, and I can't escape. At that point, a new and doubly horrifying thought struck me. My grandmother had said that with their special nose holes, they could smell out a child on a pitch-black night from right across the other side of the road. Up to now, my grandmother had been right every time. It seemed a certainty, therefore, that one of the witches in the back row was going to sniff me out at any moment and then yell. And then the yell of dogs' droppings would go up all over the room, and I would be cornered like a rat. I knelt on the carpet behind the screen, hardly daring to breathe. Then suddenly I remembered another very important thing my grandmother had told me. The dirtier you are, she had said, the harder it is for a witch to smell you out. Oh, but not for me, because you stink. No, I'm sorry. How long since I had last had a bath? Not for ages. I had my own room in the hotel, and my grandmother never bothered her. And my grandmother never bothered with silly things like that. Come to think of it, I don't believe I'd had a bath since we arrived. When was the last I washed my hands or face? Don't be like him. Certainly not this morning, not yesterday either. I glanced down at my hands. They were covered with smudge and mud and goodness knows what else besides. So perhaps I had a chance after all. The stink waves couldn't possibly get out through all that dirt. Riches of England, shouted the Grand High Witch. She herself, I noticed, had not taken off either her wig or her gloves or her shoes. Riches of England, she yelled. The audience stirred uneasily and sat up straighter in their chairs. May If it's an R in the middle of a word, let me try. Miserable wretches, she yelled. Useless, lazy wretches. Feeble, fribbling wretches. You are a heap of idle, good-for-nothing worms. A shudder went through the audience. The Grand High Witch was clearly in an ugly mood, and they knew it. I had a feeling that something awful was going to happen soon. Wait, I forgot it was her still. I am having my breakfast this morning, cried the Grand High Witch, and I am looking out of the window at the beach, and what am I seeing? I am asking you, what am I seeing? I am seeing a revolting sight. I am seeing hundreds, I am seeing thousands of rotten or repulsive little children playing on the sand. It is putting me shoot. I'll drink for that one because I keep messing up. It's okay. It is putting me I really shouldn't drink for this because it's the rolling R's. They don't count. But I'll count them because I'm having fun. Oh gosh. It is putting me right off my food. Why have you not got rid of them? I'm trying, but I just can't even do it as much as I want to. She screamed. Why have you not rubbed them all out, these filthy, smelly children? With each word she spoke, flecks of pale blue phlegm shot out of her mouth like little bullets. I am asking you why, she screamed. Nobody answered her question. Children smell, she screamed. They stink out the world. We do not want these children around here. The bald heads in the audience all nodded vigorously. One child a week is no good to me, the Grand High Witch cried out. Is that the best you can do? We will do better, murmured the audience. We will do much better. Better is no good either, shrieked the Grand High Witch. I demand maximum results. I demand maximum results. So here are my orders. My orders are that every single child in this country shall be rubbed out, squashed, skirted, skittered, and It's okay. It's alright. And frittered before I come here again in 1 year's time. Do I make myself clear? A great gasp went up from the audience. I saw the witches all looking at one another with deeply troubled expressions. And I heard one witch at the end of the front row say aloud, all of them. We can't possibly wipe out all of them. The Grand High Witch whipped around as though someone had stuck a skewer into her bottom. Who said that? She snapped. Who dares to argue with me? It was you, was it not? She pointed a gloved finger as sharp as a needle at the witch who had spoken. It was you, was it not? I didn't mean it, your grandness. The witch cried out. I didn't mean to argue. I was just talking to myself. You dare to argue with I was just talking to myself, cried the wretched witch. I swear it, your grandness. She began to shake with fear. The Grand High Witch took a quick step forward, and when she spoke again, it was in a voice that made my blood. I'm gonna have to sharpen up because this is much stronger than what I had last time. Much stronger. This is 40%. 40%. And very smoky. If you can put two and two together, I commend you. The other was a liqueur. This is real business here, okay? So it's a little strong. It's mixed. I'm not crazy. But anyway, here we go. A stupid bitch who answers back must burn until her bones are black, she screamed. No, no, begged the witch in the front row. The Grand High Witch went on. A foolish bitch without a brain must sizzle in the fiery flame. Save me, cried the wretched witch in the front row. The Grand High Witch took no notice of her. She spoke again. Oh my God. I'm just now looking at the picture. Oh my gosh. That is terrifying. What would you do if that was standing in front of you looking at you? Saying you gotta burn in a fire. You might just burn. That's scary. Oh my gosh. An idiotic bitch like you must... Give me a second. An idiotic bitch like you must roast upon the barbecue. Forgive me, oh your grandness, cried the miserable culprit. I didn't mean it. But the Grand High Witch continued with her terrible recital. A bitch who dares to say I'm wrong will not be with us very long. A moment later, a stream of sparks that looked like tiny white-hot metal filings came shooting out of the Grand High Witch's eyes and flew straight towards the one who had dared to speak. I saw the sparks striking against her and burrowing into her, and she screamed a horrible, howling scream, and a puff of smoke rose up around her. The smell of burning meat filled the room. Nobody moved. Like me, they were all watching the smoke, and when it cleared away, the chair was empty. Here's the little beans. I caught a glimpse of something wispy white, like a little cloud, fluttering upwards and disappearing out of the window. A great sigh rose up from the audience. The Grand High Witch glared around the room. I hope nobody else is going to make me cross today, she remarked. There was a deathly silence. Frizzled like a fritter. Let's try it again. Frizzled like a fritter, said the Grand High Witch. Cooked like a carrot. You will never see her again. Now we can get down to business. And she's gone. Cooked up, toasted and roasted, no longer existing. And see, that's why sometimes you just gotta keep your mouth shut. Sometimes you just gotta sit back and mind your business. But everybody always wanna get up and say something, and that's their problem. Also, I got this at the thrift store. $2. I get a lot of books from the thrift store. Like anytime I go to the thrift store, I go straight to the books. I've been doing it since I was in like 6th grade, and I'm in love with it. You always find a good book at the thrift store. Anyhow, Formula 86 Delayed Action Mouse Maker. Children are revolting, screamed the Grand High Witch. We will wipe them all away. It's a lot of V's in this. And by V's, I mean W's. Bear with me. We will scrub them off the face of the earth. We will flush them down the drain. Yes, yes, chanted the audience. Wipe them away, scrub them off the earth, flush them down the drain. Children are foul and filthy, thundered the Grand High Witch. They are, chorused the English witches. They are foul and filthy. Children are dirty and stinky, screamed the Grand High Witch. Dirty and stinky, yes, yes, cried the audience, getting more and more worked up. Children are smelling of dogs. Dog droppings, screeched the Grand High Witch. Pooh, cried the audience. Pooh, pooh, pooh. Pooh was actually insane, honestly. Putting that in a book is crazy. Anyway. They are worse than dogs droppings, screeched the Grand High Witch. Dogs drop. Dogs. It's not even coming out. The drink is getting to me. It's catching up. Wait a second. All right now. The rolling R's might have to take a pause on those. I'm gonna try though, y'all. I gotta stay in character. Dog droppings is smelling like violets and primroses compared with children. Violets and primroses, chanted the audience. They were clapping and cheering almost every word spoken from the platform. The speaker seemed to have them completely under her spell. To talk about children is making me sick, screamed the Grand High Witch. I am feeling sick even thinking about them. Fetch me a basin. She wasn't that sick. The Grand High Witch paused and glared at the mass of eager faces in the audience. They waited, wanting more. So now, barked the Grand High Witch, so now I am having a plan. I am having a giganticus plan for getting rid of every single child in the whole of England. The witches gasped. They gaped. They turned and gave each other ghoulish grins of excitement. Yes, thundered the Grand High Witch. We shall swish them and swallow them, and we shall make to disappear every single smelly little brat in England in one stroke. Whoopee! cried the witches, clapping their hands. You are brilliant, oh your grandness. You are fantabulous. Shut up and listen, snapped the Grand High Witch. Listen very carefully and let us not be having any muck-ups. The audience leaned forward, eager to learn how this magic was going to be performed. Each and every one of you, thundered the Grand High Witch, is going to go back to your hometowns immediately and resign from your jobs. Resign, give notice, retire. I feel like I'm getting loud, I'm sorry. We will, they cried. We will resign from our jobs. And after you have resigned from your jobs, the Grand High Witch went on, each and every one of you will be going out and you will be buying. She paused. What will we be buying? They cried. Tell us, O brilliant one, what is it we shall be buying? Sweet shops, shouted the Grand High Witch. Sweet shops, they cried. We are going to buy sweet shops with a frumptuous wheeze. Each of you will be buying for herself a sweet shop. You will be buying the very best and most respectable sweet shops in England. We will, they answered. Is she saying England? Has she been saying England this whole time? Am I crazy? Are they in England, or is this England this whole time and they just have a very strong accent? Am I crazy? I think she's in England. That's insane. I just caught back on. See, that's why I can't take long breaks between reading books, because I will forget what's going on. Anyway. We will, they answered. Their dreadful voices were like a chorus of dentists drilled all grinding away together. I am wanting no tapani happening. What? I rolled. You pushing it. I am wanting you. What? Now I'm pushing it because I'm skipping stuff. Oh my gosh, y'all see. This cup is finished. So is this video. Because this is insane. I am wanting no tapani happening. My little. I messed up again. I am wanting no tapani happening. My little tobacco selling newspaper sweet shops, shouted the Grand High Witch. I am wanting you to get only the very best shops filled up high with boughs and boughs of luscious, sweet and tasty chops. The best, they cried. We shall buy the best sweet shops in town. You will be having no trouble in getting what you want, shouted the Grand High Witch, because you will be offering 4 times as much as a shop is worth, and nobody is refusing an offer like that. Money is not a problem to us bitches, as you know very well. I have brought with me 6 trunks stuffed full of English banknotes, all new and crisp, and all of them, she added with a fiendish leer, all of them homemade. Washing cash to have a candy shop is crazy. The witches in the audience grinned, appreciating this joke. At this point, one foolish witch got so excited at the possibilities presented by owning a sweet shop that she leapt to her feet and shouted, "The children will come flocking to my shop, and I will feed them poisoned sweets and poisoned chalks and wipe them all out like weasels." The room became silent. I saw the tiny body of the Grand High Witch stiffen and then go rigid with rage. "Who spoke?" she shrieked. "It was you over there." The culprit sat down fast and covered her face with her clawed hands. "You blithering bumpkin," screeched the Grand High Witch. "You brainless bog romper. Are you not realizing that if you are going around poisoning little children, you will be caught in the 5 minutes flat? Never in my life am I hearing such bush-walloping suggestion coming from a witch." The entire audience cowered and shook. I'm quite sure they all thought, as I did, that the terrible white-hot sparks were about to start flying again. Curiously enough, they didn't. If such a damn-fiddling idea is all you can be coming up with, thundered the Grand High Witch, then it is no wonder England is still swarming with rotten little children. For the R's, I am not drinking for those again unless I actually really mess up. Because it's strong. Where'd I go? There was another silence. The Grand High Witch glared at the witches in the audience. Do you not know, she shouted at them, that we witches are working only with magic? We know, your Grandness, they all answered. Of course we know. The Grand High Witch, got me there. The Grand High Witch grated her bony gloved hands against each other and cried out, So each of you is owning a magnificent sweet shop. The next move is that each of you will be announcing in the window of your shop that on a certain day you will be having a great gala opening with free sweets and chocolates to every child. That will bring them in, the greedy little brutes, cried the audience. They'll be fighting to get through the doors. Next, continued the Grand High Witch, you will prepare yourselves for this great gala opening by filling every choc and every sweet in your shop with my very latest and greatest magic formula. It is known as Formula 86 Delayed Action Mouse Maker. Delayed Action Mouse Maker, they chanted. She's done it again. Her Grandness has concocted yet another of her wondrous magic child killers. How do we make it, oh brilliant one? Exercise patience, answered the Grand High Witch. First, I am explaining to you how my Formula 86 Delayed Action Mouse Maker is working. Listen carefully. We're listening, cried the audience, who were now jumping up and down within their chairs with excitement. That was a small one, but I'll take it. Delayed Action Mouse Maker is a green liquid, explained the Grand High Witch, and one droplet in each chocolate sweet will be quite enough. So here's what happens. Child eats chocolate which has delayed action in it. Child goes home feeling fine. Child goes to bed still feeling fine. Child wakes up in the morning still okay. Child goes to school still feeling fine. Formula, you understand, is delayed action and is not working yet. We understand, oh brainy one, cried the audience, but when does it start working? It is starting to work at exactly 9 o'clock when the child is arriving at school, shouted the Grand High Witch triumphantly. Child arrives at school. Delayed Action Mouse Maker immediately starts to work. Child starts to shrink. Child is starting to grow fur. Child is starting to grow tail. All is happening in precisely 26 seconds. After 26 seconds, child is not a child any longer. It is a mouse. A mouse, cried the witches. What a frumpious thought. Classrooms will all be swarming with mice, shouted the Grand High Witch. Chaos and pandemonium will be reigning in every school in England. Teachers will be hopping up and down. Women teachers will be standing on desks and holding up skirts and yelling, "Help, help, help." They will, cried the audience. And what, shouted the Grand High Witch, is happening next in every school? Tell us, they cried. Tell us, oh brainy one. The Grand High Witch stretched her stringy neck forward and grinned at the audience, showing 2 rows of pointed teeth, slightly blue. She raised her voice louder than ever before and shouted, "Mouse traps is coming out." "Mouse traps?" cried the witches. "And geez," shouted the Grand High Witch, "teachers is all rushing and running out and getting mouse traps and baiting them with cheese and putting them down all over school. Mice is nibbling cheese. Mouse traps is going off all over school. Mouse traps is going snappity snap, and mouse heads is rolling across the floors like marbles all over England. In every school in England, noise of snapping mouse traps will be heard." At this point, the disgusting old Grand High Witch began to do a sort of witch's dance up and down the platform, stamping her feet and clapping her hands. The entire audience joined in the clapping and the foot stamping. They were making such a tremendous racket that I thought surely Mr. Stringer would hear it and come banging at the door, but he didn't. Then, above all the noise, I heard the voice of the Grand High Witch screaming out some sort of an awful, gloating song. Okay, let's get ready. I might mess up, but I'm gonna do the whole song. And if I don't mess up, I'm finishing at the song, because I'm going on 40 minutes now, and this is gonna take a long time to upload. Down with children and do them in, and boil their bones and fry their skin. Bish them, skish them, bash them, mash them, break them, shake them, slash them, smash them. Offer chalks with magic powder, say eat up, then say it louder. Cram them full of sticky eats. Send them home with guzzling sweets, and in the morning little fools go marching off to separate schools. A girl feels sick and goes all pale. She yells, "Hey look, I've grown a tail." A boy who's standing next to her screams, "Help, I think I'm growing fur." Okay, she kind of spitting, hold on. Another shouts, "We look like freaks, there's whiskers growing on our cheeks." A boy who was extremely tall cries out, "What's wrong? I'm growing small." For tiny legs begin to sprout from everybody round about, and all at once, all in a trice, there are no children, only mice. In every school is mice galore, all running round the schoolroom floor. And all the poor, demented teachers is yelling, "Hey, who are these creatures?" Okay, give me a second. They stand upon the desk and shout, "Get out, you filthy mice, get out. Will someone catch us?" I'm still going. fetch some mouse traps, please, and don't forget to bring the cheese. Now mouse traps come and every trap goes snippy snip and snappy snap. The mouse traps have a powerful spring. The springs go crack and snap and ping. It's a lovely noise for us to hear. It's music to a witch's ear that mice is every place around. About 2 feet deep upon the ground, with teachers searching left and right, but not a single child in sight. The teachers cry, what's going on? Oh, where have all the children gone? It's 9:30, and as a rule, they're never late as this for school. But teachers don't know what to do. Some sit and read, and just a few amuse themselves throughout the day by sleeping all the mice away, and all us bitches shout hooray. That's the teacher sweeping up the mice children. And there's the body of the pile of mice. And that is where I'm going to stop, because we are at 41 minutes. Great reading, great drinking. And now it's time to go to sleep. Bye-bye.